What is going on, everybody? Ladies and gents, SimplyPops back at it again with another gameplay commentary. Let's go, baby. I'm excited for this one. You guys been requesting to see some old school classic SimplyPops gameplay commentary, and here it is, guys. And shout out to the broski, Cheesy Plays. He just wanted a classic old school commentary, no face cam, just me behind the mic while you guys watching this gameplay. I'll throw his Twitch down below. That's twitch.tv/cheesyplays. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the mobile version of Fortnite, that's iOS and Android, came out with an update yesterday. It allows the user to purchase V-Bucks through the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, or you can select the Epic Game Store. But the caveat is, you get a discount if you go through the Epic Game Store. So for this instance, it's $8 for V-Bucks if you go through the Epic Game Store, but if you go through Apple or Google, it's gonna cost $10. Now, when I mean Apple or Google, it depends on your device. If you have an iPhone, that goes to Apple. If you have an Android, that goes to Google. And this is a forever discount, so for the user, it's better off going through the Epic Game Store, which is only $8 compared to $10. And the reasoning for this is just to combat Apple's 30% cut, and that 30% cut is brutal. It sparked up a lot of controversy in the past, which I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But put it this way, if you pay $10 using the Apple servers, Epic is only going to get $6.99 for it, and Apple gets $3. So it's like a split. Meanwhile, if you go through the Epic Game Store, that $8 goes straight to Epic. And Apple was not having that at all yesterday. So Apple removed Fortnite from the App Store, which is a big deal. And yeah, so right now, currently, on the time of this recording, you cannot download Fortnite on your iOS device. And all hell broke loose. Epic Games decided to sue Apple for removing Fortnite off the App Store. And until now, we gotta wait to see how this is gonna play a part. But I don't know, is Apple being too strict on this? Because at the end of the day, this is Epic Games. It's not no foreign country that's taking out information. But at the same time, I understand Apple wants the user to go through the Apple servers to purchase V-Bucks. Meanwhile, on Android, the update is still up. So I understand it, but Apple sometimes can be a little too overprotective, and I think this is just something that they're going overboard. But at the same time, this is part of their rules for years. And like I stated in the beginning of the video, this has been an ongoing controversy thing. You guys remember the whole Spotify versus Apple Music thing? You know, that just kind of remind me of that. You know, Spotify was going to sue Apple. You get what I'm saying? At one point, it was going to sue Apple because of that 30% cut. So Spotify had to increase the prices on the iOS version of Spotify to combat the Apple 30% cut. So that 30% cut is just really controversial, and that goes for anything. Any app that you purchase on the App Store, Apple takes 30% of the revenue. So maybe Apple could lower down the cut a little bit, just a smidge, maybe 25%, 20%, or even 15%, even better. But I don't know if Apple is going to ever do that. I mean, we got to wait and see how this lawsuit is going to turn out to be. But I'm pretty sure Spotify wasn't successful when it came down to this lawsuit with Apple. Because let's think about it, man. Apple got that team, man. They got that army, man. They the $1 trillion company. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. But Epic Games is a big brand too. Yeah, I thought it was going to be war for Spotify versus Apple. And I'm pretty sure they still beefing low key. But it's been real quiet lately on Spotify. They even created a website dissing Apple, calling out on Apple's secrets, the 30% cut. Apple Music stole this from Spotify, or the same pricing scheme as Spotify. They really went all out. And the same thing Epic Games is doing now. They released a video called 1980, and this is a throwback trailer to the first ever Macintosh computer. As you guys know, the Macintosh is the Mac, just in case you guys don't know. And this is just like a throwback, you know what I'm saying? It's exactly like it, but obviously it's recreated to Fortnite and all that. It's an incredible video. I'm pretty sure they knew this was gonna happen. You know, they have ammo to fight Apple, probably, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta wait and see how this is gonna turn out to be. But like I said, who's in the right and who's in the wrong? At the end of the day, this is Apple's rules. This is their rules, and everything, that's a part of the terms and conditions. So at the end of the day, Apple is technically in the right and Epic Games is in the wrong. But if they want change, I guess they gotta fight for it, I guess. But at the end of the day, that's part of the terms and conditions. You know what I'm saying? And do I agree with it? Do I feel like it's harsh? Yes. You get what I'm saying? Yes, I totally agree. I think, Apple's cut is too high. But at the end of the day, you got YouTube. YouTube takes 30% of the ad revenue here. So it's like, should I fight YouTube now? Should I sue YouTube for taking 30% of the ad revenue here? And that's just the games we play, no pun intended. Hashtag free Fortnite was also a trend too. I hope Fortnite could be free because I understand a lot of kids and a lot of grown-ups too play Fortnite on their phones too. But now that Fortnite isn't there, now it's like, I don't want an iPhone, Dad. I want an Android. I want the Pixel 4a because it has Fortnite. You get what I'm saying? So that could hurt Apple's sales in the long run. And not just the iPhone sales, the iPad sales too can hinder. And the iPad is an amazing tablet too. Just made a video talking about that too the other day. I feel like they should have worked with Epic Games instead of just taking it down. I don't know. I feel like Apple could have done something, but at the end of the day, Apple's like the most popular brand. So it's like, who cares, right? But you know what I'm saying? All this stuff like this can hurt Apple in the long run. And moving on from that, speaking of anti-consumer Apple, we have Microsoft xCloud. Now, xCloud is going to allow you to stream Xbox games on your smartphone. And yes, I know we're not 100% there yet when it comes down to cloud gaming, but that is the future of gaming. Hate it or love it, that's the future. But Apple was not having that at all, and they did not approve that onto their App Store. And this is something I 100% disagree on. And their response to this is because you can't download an app to download another app. That's basically how Apple is looking at it. But at the end of the day, these are games. It's kind of like downloading Netflix and downloading a Netflix video or movie, I should say. So it's like, what is the difference between that and Netflix? You get what I'm saying? So I totally disagree on Apple on this one. And you get what I'm saying? I don't know what Apple is doing. This was very recent. This was like last week or something like that. So how? You get what I'm saying? Like, why not? And same thing with Google Stadia. Apple was not having that either. So Apple really needs to update their terms and conditions because it's definitely in the past. You get what I'm saying? It needs to be more updated, more modern with the times. And mind you, we're not even talking about an off-brand company. This is Microsoft and Google. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand that. But at the end of the day, that's Apple's rules. But that's something that they could fix. They can improve that. But it's going to take some time for Apple to open up with cloud gaming. And then when they announce Apple Arcade is going to be now streaming in the cloud, so you no longer have to download the apps in order for you to play it. Everybody's going to be cheering, clapping, hey, people are going to be making videos. But it's like, meanwhile, a couple of years back, y'all was not having that. So now y'all opening up and make it seem like it's innovative. I know, coming from me, and I love Apple. You get what I'm saying? I make Apple content. But I gotta call out on their bullcrap, and I think this is bullcrap, 100%. Of course, Facebook was mad at that. Microsoft was pissed at that. A lot of people started to, step in and call out Apple for this nonsense, and I 100% agree. I agree with that, and I don't know what's going on with Apple. I think they're going out of control. They need to update their terms and conditions because I don't even know, man. I don't even know. If you can't do that, then you can't do this, and then when they do it, it's like, oh, you can do that now. I just don't get it, man. That's just the world we're living in, man. Life is not fair, and that's something that we gotta understand. Life is just not fair sometimes, and this is one of those things. Wow, 9 minutes into this video already. Well, almost. I want to quickly talk about some next gen leaks, some real leaks at that. We have the Xbox One controller versus the Xbox Series X controller. Here's a picture on screen. As you guys can see, it looks exactly like the Xbox One controller. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because I'm hearing people love the Xbox One controller. The only thing that's changed really is just the D-pad. That's it. And speaking of change, here's a change that I absolutely love. We have the PS5 DualSense controller. It's getting a major battery upgrade from the DualShock 4. It's getting a 1560 milliamp battery compared to the DualShock 4 only having a wimpy 800 milliamp battery life. And I gotta tell you guys straight up, the DualShock 4 controller is one of the worst battery life that I ever had in tech. I'm happy to see this upgrade. Now, I wish it was a 2000 milliamp. That would have been nice. Because as we know, battery degrades over time. So imagine having that 800 milliamp battery and then it degrades into like into the 6 or something like that, having the DualSense controller degrade, it's gonna suffer to a little bit, but not as much as a DualShock 4. That's one of the reasons why I like the Xbox controller. The AA battery, I know it's a turnoff to a lot of people, but that battery life is gonna last you and it's gonna be fully charged no matter what. Let me know down in the comments down below, are you team battery or are you team charge? I'm very curious to know. And to make things even worse, your PS5, you can't use your PS4 controller. It's just not gonna work. Unless you're playing your PS4 games on your PS5, then you can use your DualShock 4. But in terms of the PS5 games, you can't use your DualShock 4. So I think this is something that people have been complaining about, because you mean to tell me my controller that I spent $200 on is not going to work on the PS5 unless I'm playing my PS4? Come on, Sony. That's anti-consumer in my opinion, but some people are arguing that, oh, that's the old system, you know, upgrade, get with the times and stuff like that, but not if you're spending $200 on a controller. You want that controller to last forever. Mind you, I could probably get it cheaper. All it is just buttons on the back. It's just customized. It has soft touch material. I had it since 2016, so either way, it is time for me to upgrade, but nonetheless, come on, Sony. And it's crazy because it's almost the same controller minus the adaptive triggers and the haptics. So if a new Mortal Kombat game come out on the PS5 and a buddy of mine's come over and want to play some Mortal Kombat, and I only have one PS5 controller, I'm gonna be like, yo, sorry bud, you asked out, I only have one controller. Even though I'm most likely always going to get 2 controllers. Any console come out, I always get 2 controllers anyway, but still, not everybody can afford a second controller or an extra controller. I'm just thinking outside the box here. But anyway, that is where I'm going to conclude today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this classic commentary, just giving my thoughts and opinions on what's going on in the gaming industry. And technically, I guess you could say this is part of tech too, talking about Apple. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at SimplyPops. And make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. And other than that, your boy Pops. And I hope you guys have a simple day. Peace.